think you might be wrong about.
What's good, goat? Sorry, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm a little toasted. I'm gonna start in just a little bit. I hope y'all don't mind. Me eating. I'm trying to eat. I literally just got home. Maybe like an hour or so ago. I had to catch up on some things, y'all. This has been the longest. This has been the longest. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get on cam. You know what? Let's screw this countdown. Bro, this has been the longest 2 weeks of my life. I'm not even gonna hold you. This has been the longest 2 weeks of my life. I'm not even gonna hold you. This has been the longest. I cannot stress this enough. This has been the longest 2 weeks of my life, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Said, how many
Literally have been
minutes? I'll
the
come back.
hey, this it's all good. I'm gonna go ahead and get on, but I will tell y'all this has been the longest 2 weeks of my freaking life. Hold on 1 second. I'm about to tweet the stream out. I know I look hood right now. Y'all, it's been a day. It's been a day. It's been a week. We'll talk all about that. Just let me tweet out the stream because y'all know your girl cannot multitask. Even though I'm a teacher, that is just a skill that
Code 816
I've never
said,
attained
nice
ever.
aquarium.
Thank you. It's one scene from the museum of my Animal Crossing game. I love this scene. Like that the aquarium is so freaking it's so peaceful. The aquarium area is so peaceful in Animal Crossing. So just give me a second to tweet out the stream, and you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and
Nice aquarium stream.
we're just gonna get into the things. First of all, to anybody who might be tuning in, to anybody who might be lurking, first of all, how is y'all's Wednesday? How are y'all doing today? You know what I'm saying? Before I get into me and the things pertaining to me, how are y'all doing out there on the internet? My sweet boys and girls. I'm talking like a teacher now. My sweet boys and girls. How are y'all doing on this fine Wednesday? Because I can tell you right now, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I'm slightly toasted because I did head over to my local daiquiri drive through. It's been one of those weeks. It's been one of those days. Now, I'm going to pull my mic a little bit away because I do have some street tacos I'm about to demolish. But, y'all, it's been a week. So,
Code 816
just
said,
to give y'all kind of like
good.
a background of how my week has been. So, y'all know, like, the school year has started. Like, I'm a teacher or whatnot. So, it's been full of meetings. It's been full of things that are due, like paperwork that's due, grades due. I recently got a new baby from out of town, and he's a sweetie. He's very smart, but he's a handful behaviorally. Like, this baby has been giving me a run for my money. And like, more or less, I have a very, very sweet class this year. A lot of sweet babies who listen on the first time or at least listen on the second and third time. But this baby is giving me a run for my money. So to those of you guys out there who are parents, I just want y'all to know, shout outs to y'all, because I could not imagine being a teacher, dealing with some of the things that I'm dealing with now, and then having to go home and be a mama too. I could not imagine. I cannot. Maybe one day the good Lord will bless me with children, but right now at this time, I cannot imagine working a full day and then coming home and having to be somebody's parent. Because Lord knows I'm exhausted right now. I'm exhausted. I got a daiquiri by my side. I got street tacos in front of me that I'm about to demolish and inhale in front of y'all on stream. I'm so sorry. I need sustenance. I've barely had water. I've barely had water today. Yes, those are neon Tetris. And you know what's crazy? It's because of Animal Crossing that I know so much about like animals and plant life, because you're all of the, you know, different things you collect and things like that in Animal Crossing. But anyway and anyhow, enough about me. Tell me about y'all's day. I hear that Goats816 says that he's doing good. Tell me the details of your day. What's going on? How is your work week? You know what I'm saying? How is your personal life? You know what I mean? How's your family? You know, we don't talk a lot. Tell me what's going on with y'all.
Goat816 said, facts. Always admired Mo, my mother, and others. They cooked and everything.
Shout out to your mom and others. Because after the week I've had, I couldn't imagine having to come home and put food in somebody else's mouth that's not mine. That's just not my ministry. That's not my ministry.
Chariot Man Gaming.
Chariot Man said, what's up? What's good, Chariot Man? Switch to Reveal is coming soon. Yeah. I wanted to address some things, but after I get a little bit of these tacos in my body, then I would like to come and address some things that I maybe had some ideas about previously that have changed. Just some things that I kind of wanted to address, specifically about the Switch 2. And then I would also like to play that metaphor, Refantazio demo.
Goat816 said, in training with my new job. It's going good. Fam is Gucci as well.
That's good to hear, Goat. Sorry if y'all hear smacking in the mic. I'm so sorry. I'm literally starving. I've barely eaten today. Like I said, I've barely had anything to drink today.
Said, what kind of meat are in the taco?
Oh, see, I'm basic. I am a chicken street taco lady. Very basic. Unexciting. I thought about getting some burrito tacos, but honestly, this is gonna like probably take away my Texan card. I'm just not like a beef girly like that. I'm not a beef girly like that. I get the burrito tacos and they taste delicious at first, but then you're just sitting there chewing on beef. I'm not with it. I'm not with it.
Goat816 said, we need to get on that Mario Party when it releases.
The closer it gets to release, the more excited I do become for
You only have like known. Said, switch to
Switch to Switch to Switch to Switch to Switch to Switch to Switch to Switch to Switch to Switch to
Chariot Man Gaming.
But yes, the closer it gets to Mario Party, I actually think I might actually pick it up. My niece.
One, I'm still waiting for a response for that interview.
Nice, Chariot Man.
When I hear from them.
You gonna hear from them, brother. You gonna hear from them.
16 said, nothing wrong with that. Go with what you know. I'm a beef guy myself. But of course love chicken too.
Let me tell you something about me. I am very basic. I am a chicken and fish nigga.
But wait till they raise the NSO prices.
I am a chicken and fish nigga, man. I'm not gonna hold you. If you come to my apartment and you look at my refrigerator, you will see chicken and fish. I'm a chicken and fish nigga, man. I don't really know what else to say about that. But like I was saying about Mario Party Jamboree, my niece loves Mario Party. So I think I will probably go ahead and get Jamboree as well, so that my niece and I can play together. And also, you know, now Nintendo's putting online in Mario Party, so we can Mario Party it up When Jamboree comes out, goat.
Terrence C. said, "What's good, pimp? You basic chicken and fish ninja LMF."
Terrence, bro, I'm telling you. Hey! Shout outs to my girl, Lady Infamous, for the 1999. That might go towards my my Zelda purchase. Thank you, sister. But yeah, I'm a chicken and fish nigga, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Very basic. What else y'all saying? Oh, Yusufai said we're excited now, but wait till they raise those NSO prices, bro. We gonna talk about all of that. Y'all know how I feel about NSO.
Absolutely.
Y'all know how I feel about NSO. I feel like NSO is
W for Lady Infamous.
Yeah, shout out to Lady Infamous. That's my lady, man. She's really like, she's a girl's girl. You know, like, we don't talk about this enough because there aren't a whole lot of women in the community. But one thing that we don't talk about enough about the gaming community in general is a lot of the women in the community are girls. Like, they support women for real. Like, shout outs to women like Lady Infamous. Shout outs to Delilah. Shout outs to my girl L Boogie. Like, shout outs to Red Infamy. Shout outs to my homegirl Sunita D. Like, the women that I've met in this community are some girls. They support each other. Like, I don't think I've ever met, no disrespect to the men, I don't think I've ever met a woman in this community that's on like some hater shit. Like, shout outs to the women in this community. Shout outs to y'all too, though. Y'all are some real ones too. Normally the people in my community, they some real ones. Like, y'all real with it for real. And shout outs to Goat for the donation. I appreciate you, man. Like, you've been a supporter of mine for a long time. I really appreciate it. I know I'm just yapping right now, y'all. I know y'all really came for the Switch 2 talk, but I gotta get some tacos in my body, bro. I'm starving. Like, when I tell you, I barely had a lunch at work today. I had like a little sandwich. I have to inhale that sandwich at work today, bro. Like, I had to inhale my sandwich. So just let me enjoy my tacos for a little bit, and we can kind of chop it up a little bit, and I can talk about my main topic of the day. Let's see, what do y'all said in the chat? Goat says, absolutely, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. And then Terrence C says, W for the goat, for Goat with the dub. Yeah, shout outs to Goat. Goat's been, I think Goat might have been a subscriber of mine since maybe the beginning, I think. Like, when I first started making my YouTube videos a long time ago in like 2010, 2011, I think Goat's been around for a long time. Like, he saw me in my struggle days, when I had my struggle camera, my struggle equipment. Yeah. Y'all, I think that I've curated a pretty cool community of men and women. I think that I've got some of the coolest people who follow me, but of course I'm biased, you know.
Been here. Chariot Man Gaming said, "What's going at Terrence C? How you been?" Goat 816 said, "I have." Shadow Reaver Rising said,
was watching VTuber Fox Girl. Shout outs for the support, man.
Terrence C said, "What's Chariot? How are you, bro?" Goat 816 said, "Just don't get a chance to check you out as much."
Well, to be fair,
Terrence C said, "Damn autocorrect, what's good?"
To be fair, I'm not around a lot like I used to be. Like, when I started YouTube, I didn't have my career yet. So I was just like working a regular 9-to-5 job, which is nothing wrong with that. I didn't really have a lot of responsibilities back then. But now as a teacher, I have so many more responsibilities. Like, a lot of the time I bring my work home. Like, before I came on with y'all live, I was doing work at home. I was talking to parents, bro. Mind you, in Texas, it's 7:23 in the PM. I just finished working. Now I'm trying to inhale these tacos and come chop it up with y'all about video games. That brings me joy. But Speaking of, since I'm in process of eating my tacos, do you guys have any expectations about Switch 2, or do you have any hopes about Switch 2? Anything that makes you nervous about these leaks about Switch 2? Like anything that you have like in your head in general about Switch 2? There's been a lot of leaks here lately. A lot of rumors that seem like they might actually be real. You know what I mean? Like the NSO of it all. Like what in the world are they going to do with NSO? Y'all know that I have a very, I don't even know if I could call it an unpopular opinion about NSO, but like one of the things that I do think about with the Nintendo Switch is pertaining to NSO. Y'all know that since the Wii U days, I've been going hard and putting Nintendo's foot to the fire about their online.
You were still in school, I think, and dating another content creator.
Oh, you started following me when I was dating Shokyo, I think. Like, it was a long time ago. Yeah, I think so.
Code 816.
You're not nervous at all. Oh, my. So you have full confidence in Nintendo right now is what you're telling me, Goat. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I feel like Nintendo's played their hand really well with the Nintendo Switch. But, of course, I think there's a lot of things that could be better.
Said, Wuo Video Games. Soul Reaver is back. Sorry, I'm hyped.
I saw that, Shadow. I never had a chance to play those games back in the day. I don't think I'm gonna start now though. But I know that a lot of people are excited about that.
Said, I remember she attacked. Terrence C. Said, I remember running across one of your videos you shot in car and still had the gap. I just remember saying to myself, age talking that I see you pimp.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Some of y'all been following me for a minute, bro. Like since before I had braces and everything. Like y'all, a lot of y'all met me when I was like in my young days. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm in my old lady days. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my old man Logan days these days. But shout outs to y'all. I'm almost done with these tacos. Then I'll be able to like regroup and get into the topics. But I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of fun like just chopping it up with y'all because I don't really get to do this often. So it's good to hear from a lot of y'all. A lot of my OGs, triple OGs hanging out with me today. And some of y'all, the ones who might have just, you know, joined me in the last few years. Like, I appreciate all of y'all. I remember when I had my website. My website was, that was my baby.
On Switch 2, so the price comes down on Switch. Do you think they will lower the price?
Waiting on Switch 2, so the price comes down on Switch. I don't know.
I hope it's as powerful as rumored. And please fix that online. Storytelling 01 said, Switch 2 kinda seems like a big F. I don't think it'll bad, but I don't think it'll be the best thing since the telephone. But I never needed Nintendo consoles to be amazing to like it. Code 816.
That's an interesting perspective, storytelling.
I personally said I think it'll be like the SNES days. It's just a feeling. I think that's the type of vibe we get. Like I honestly think I'll have over 100 games with Switch 2.
Interesting perspective, y'all.
Said, old woman Nia LOL.
Can you, I want to know,
said,
can y'all hear?
They're fucking that food up.
Hey man, I'm starving. Hercules. I'm starving.
Said, we love you, no worries, eat woman.
But I want to ask y'all, can y'all hear speech chat, like reading off the chat?
Been lurking since the Wii era. Chariot Man Gaming said, good, just waiting for that Switch 2 reveal at Terrence C.
This man said, Hercules. Oh, man. Do y'all hear speech chat coming through? Because I really want y'all to hear the perspective of the others in the chat. But I don't know if y'all can hear the chat.
816 said, yeah. Terrence C. said, Five.
I wish that I had
Yeah, we hear
a
that you hear us.
soundboard.
The real Von Kaysen said, Sub Nia.
I wish I had a
Code
soundboard.
816
Levon
said,
Kaysen? That's the name I
"It's
haven't
cool
seen in a
though.
long time.
Not bothering me at all." Nam Omar said, "I can barely hear it."
Okay.
Chariot Man Gaming said, "I haven't touched my Switch anymore. I made the promise, lol."
I mean, I get what you
Terrence
mean, Chariot, but...
said, "I hear but not invasive at all."
Mm-hmm.
Storytelling01 said, "I remember finding out about you when I was in high school around 2015. I found a lot of black YouTubers at that time.
That's
which
what's
was
up,
cool for me to see,
storytelling.
and you were one of them."
Nice.
Shadow Reaver Rising said, "I don't hear it." Terrence C said, "We hear it." Goat 816 said, "Yeah, we can. Perfect volume."
All right, I'm glad that y'all can hear it now. So, I want to address some things that y'all said earlier. So, Nam Omar, I hope I'm saying your name right, brother, says, "I hope that it's as powerful as rumored, and please fix that online." And that's kind of like what I wanted to talk about. If y'all remember, I think I'm done with these tacos for now, y'all. So if y'all remember, I made a live stream a couple of months ago when the rumors came out that the Nintendo Switch 2 was as powerful as what they're saying now, that it's powerful as a PS4 Pro. So if y'all remember, if y'all were tuned into that stream, y'all remember that I was angry. I was like, man, I can't believe Nintendo's still doing this.
Goat
I can't
816
believe how they still set themselves like a generation or two
followed pretty
apart.
much all the black
Like,
content creators.
I was so mad.
Nam Omar,
I was
said,
so mad.
"You said my name perfectly."
Thank you so much, Nam. So, you know, we've been getting more information about the thing and the rumored specs, and so the rumors are not changing.
Von Kaysen said, "These days I just been playing Steam Deck and PS5 at this point. I'm just kinda done with the Switch and ready for Switch 2.
I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit so I can kind of finish my point. So my mind has changed because when I made that video, I don't think that I was as happy with my Nintendo Switch as I am right now. Like, this year, I've had a chance to play games like Legend of Zelda, like Tears of the Kingdom. I've had a chance to play the Splatoon 3 DLC, which was basically like a whole game itself. Future Redeemed. I've had a chance to play Emio, the Smiling Man. I've had a chance to play like these different games on my Nintendo Switch. And I've had a chance to play games on my Nintendo Switch, and it really has kind of like reinvigorated like my love for like the console. Like, and these are not, and some of these games, except for like Tears of the Kingdom, are not like, of course, in Xenoblade, are not like the biggest like heavy hitters neither. Let me look at my Switch because I want to make sure that I'm being accurate with the type of games I've been playing on my Switch. So like these type of games have not been like the biggest hitters neither, you know? Like some of these games are like B tier, C tier level, like as far as like Nintendo IPs are concerned. But I've been having a time, y'all. I've been having a time. So I just want to kind of like run back some of the things I've been playing. So I've been playing the Game Boy Advance emulator. They broke me down, y'all. I did something that I never thought that I would ever do. I bought Nintendo Switch Online. After talking hot cash money trash about Nintendo Switch Online. Basically, since it was announced. But I broke down. I bought NSO. I mean, it's the end of the Switch's life, so I wanted to at least see what it was about, since I've been talking trash about it, and have a chance to experience it while I'm over here talking trash, you know. So I've been playing the Game Boy Advance emulator, which in my opinion is the best emulator on NSO. My opinion, of course. The games on Game Boy Advance, they still hold up well. They still play well, and they're just modern enough for me to be to enjoy them, you know. So on NSO, I have the expansion pass, by the way. That's the tier that I have now. So I've been playing games like Golden Sun. I've been playing games like Mario and Luigi, Superstar Saga. I've really been enjoying NSO in terms of the Game Boy Advance games. I also went back and I actually finished Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake, which is an amazing remake. I played Emio the Smiling Man, which I made a live about a couple of weeks ago, which is really Emio the Smiling Man really blew my expectations out of the water. I played the demo when they released the demo, but playing the actual game, I'm blown away. I never thought that was the kind of game that I would ever play. But something about the Nintendo Switch here lately has kind of made me want to get out of my wheelhouse. Shout outs to the Levelhead Gamer podcast for talking about that some podcasts ago. They were talking about, playing games that are not in your wheelhouse. And so for me, Emio the Smiling Man is a game that's not typically in my wheelhouse, that I went back and then I played it for myself and absolutely loved it. It creeped me out though. Y'all know I'm a big old coward. It creeped me out. It scared me to bits, but it's honestly one of the best things Nintendo has put out on Nintendo Switch. All right. I also went back and I finally played Splatoon 3. I kind of left a little bit unsatisfied with Splatoon 2, but Splatoon 3 is a great improvement over Splatoon 2. And I actually used the Nintendo Switch vouchers. I used the Nintendo Switch voucher to get Splatoon 3 and then Emio the Smiling Man. I went back and I played Mario Odyssey 2 because a lot of people have been comparing Astrobot to Mario Odyssey, so it made me want to go back and experience that game again, since I hadn't played it since 2017. And that game is still goated, y'all. That's the reason why they call it Mario Odyssey. I've been playing the Super Nintendo emulator. Of course, I've been playing A Link to the Past because I'm a Zelda girly. Y'all know that. And I've also played Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, which is a remake of the Paper Mario game from the Nintendo GameCube. Unfortunately, I did not own a GameCube, but a man that I was dating in college at the time had a Nintendo GameCube, and that's how I was able to play Super Smash Bros. Melee. That's how I was able to play Mario Kart Double Dash. That's how I was able to play Metro Prime 1 and 2, but I never owned a Nintendo GameCube for myself. I was a PlayStation 2 girly that generation, and really it was the Wii who brought me back to Nintendo like that. But when I was in college, I was only kind of gaming casually because I was busy and I was in organizations and stuff like that. But anyway, I bring all of those games up to say that I really played the Nintendo Switch heavy in 2017, 2018. The rest of those years was kind of a lull to me until Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out in 2022. And then, of course, when the DLC for Xenoblade 3 came out, when Zelda came out, then all these other games that I've been playing here lately. Which emulator do I use for NES? I've been using the Nintendo Switch Online emulator. I've been playing Super Nintendo games and I've been playing GBA games through the NSO emulator. So I've been playing them on my Nintendo Switch. So I say all of that to say that everything that I ranted about the Nintendo Switch 2 and the rumored specs, I just want to say, I take it back. I take it back. Because when I made that live, my mindset was still yeah, I like my Nintendo Switch. the Nintendo Switch is cool, but I want to go back to a set top box. That was my mentality when I made that live. Let me go back and see, like, when was that? When did I make that live? I need to go back through my channel. Y'all know I'm getting older, and the way that time works in my head is not reality. So let me go back and find that live. I made that live in... When did I make that live? There it is. I made that live 1 year ago. I'm looking at the stream now. I made that live 1 year ago. I gotta find, when was the exact date? June 28th, 2023 is when I made that live, y'all. And like I said, at that time, I was still like, Nintendo needs to go back to set-top boxes. They need to go back to competing for power. I can't believe they're going to be a generation behind again. Like, I was giving Nintendo the business off of rumors in that live. But this is what has been changing my mind. If you're a Sony fan who watches me, close your ears. This is what really, outside of the amazing games I've been playing on my Nintendo Switch, this is what really changed my mind. When the PS4 Pro was revealed and I saw the reaction to the PS4 Pro, that's what really made me change my mind. When I go back and look at the attach rate of the PS5, then I look at the attach rate of the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, like, something kind of clicked in my mind. Like, don't get me wrong, the PS4 Pro is doing some great things, but there was something that kind of popped up in my mind after the responses to that made me think about how the reason why a lot of people are still holding on to their PS4s and their PS4 Pros is because a lot of people are kind of satisfied with the way games look right now. I'm starting to realize, and I thought that people were just kind of coping and talking out of their butt when they would say things like, oh, people won't know, diminishing returns. But I'm starting to realize, like, diminishing returns is really a real thing. I think that there's a lot of people out there who are still okay with the way games look on the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. I think what people really crave nowadays is they crave performance, and they crave a system that's giving them value for their money. But I'm also of the opinion that I feel like games just look good in general these days. Of course, there's games that have a sharper picture, and there's games that perform at a smoother frame rate. But I feel like unless your art style sucks, this is just a personal thing. Unless your art style sucks, most games don't really look bad anymore unless you have an art style that's really just not hitting. And then I also have to think about, like, now we have new technology. Like, I also have ray tracing, which is something that is supposedly rumored for the Nintendo Switch 2. So if the Nintendo Switch 2 is giving us PS4 Pro, Xbox Series X in terms of power, but is able to use the cheat codes of DLSS, the cheat codes of ray tracing, that might be enough to make people feel satisfied, especially when you're talking about in terms of a hybrid console. Now, of course, if this were a regular set-top box, those specs are just absolutely unacceptable. Like, I don't think they're acceptable. And don't get me wrong, I do have a gaming PC, but my gaming PC is more like a middle high. It's not high end by any stretch of the imagination. And, like, I still need to update my processor. Like, my PC is not a beefcake. It's not. But it's enough for the type of games that I like to play. So when I say that I'm changing my mind about Switch 2. I think I'm coping and I'm coming to terms with the fact that the Switch 2 is gonna be a hybrid, and I gotta live with that. And if the Switch 2 is a hybrid with DLSS, with ray tracing, and Nintendo is trying to keep the cost low by keeping the specs with what is rumored, it is what it is. Like, I can't be mad at that. Because when I turn on my PS4, I'm still impressed with the games that I see on my PS4. I'm not even going to hold you. Like, I don't turn on my PS4 and suddenly I think that the games suck or that they're ugly or whatever. Like, of course, we do want... For me, I'm the kind of gamer, like, I'm a performance girly. A lot of the reason why I like to play on PC a lot is because you get more performance out of your PC because you have the options to kind of like mess around with your settings and kind of finagle your settings. And like, it gives you better performance when you're able to have more control of your game. And I feel like consoles are getting to a point to where they're offering similar options. And I feel like a lot of people are just kind of like okay with that. But anyway, that's kind of sort of the reason why I'm changing my mind. Now, there are things that I feel like Nintendo should do. Now, as far as like NSO is concerned, like I need them to get serious about an ecosystem. Because if the Nintendo Switch 2 is PS4 Pro level or Xbox Series S level, and the way that I think about it like that is like, if it is PS4 Pro and Xbox Series S level, because the technology is newer, it will be, just because of the nature of time and how time works, it will be more efficient. Now, I'm not the biggest tech person or anything like that, but one thing that I can say is that even if it is on par with PS4 Pro and Xbox Series S, it will be more efficient because it's newer. But one thing that I will say about Nintendo is that if they do have PS4 Pro, Xbox Series S level like tech, they have to make sure that their ecosystem is on point. Because if most people are still okay with that level of graphical fidelity, with the cheat codes of DLSS, with the cheat codes of ray tracing, you're going to have to give them a reason to play games on your console. Now, I don't know if Nintendo is in the business of trying to make people like primary Nintendo players. I feel like that's kind of a thing of the past. But if they want people, like, let's say that there's developers out there who would be willing to put their games on the system, Nintendo has to make sure that their ecosystem is one that people want to be a part of. And right now, the Nintendo Switch doesn't have an ecosystem. Like, there's no Miiverse, there's no Wara Wara Plaza, there's no chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, NSO was good, but it's not being updated enough. Like, they're gonna have to really make sure they lean in on their ecosystem. And I feel like I've been saying that every generation since the Wii U. They have to make sure that ecosystem is one that people want to be a part of. Even though the Wii U did lack a lot of things like party chat, it had Miiverse. If you guys own the Wii U, put thumbs up in the chat or put a U in the chat if you own the Wii U. Because even though the Wii U didn't have a lot of the things that we wanted from online, Miiverse was a reason to engage with the Wii U. Like, I remember I would go on Miiverse when like new games came out just to see like what people were saying about the game. Like, was the game good? Like, how to get past a certain level. Like, Nintendo had something going with Miiverse. They had something going with the Wara Plaza. Like, for the Nintendo Switch 2, if the 12 gigabytes of RAM is an accurate account of what it's gonna look like, they need to really do something with that 12 gigs. Like, I wish that they would go ahead and just jump up to 16, if that's a rumor. I wish they would have went ahead and went to 16, but I guess 12 is all right. But like, they gotta get that ecosystem up. Like, they can no longer go, I mean, I guess they could, like, you know, meat riders out there will buy anything, but like, in my opinion, they cannot go another generation without having some type of ecosystem. I would be very, very sad if they went on to the Switch 2 and the NSO subscription that I have right now is not also available on Switch 2. Like all of this amazing experience I've been having with the GBA emulator on NSO, I need to also have that on Nintendo Switch 2. I need some type of party system on Nintendo Switch 2. I need to be able to message my friends on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, one thing that I can say, individual games have done a little bit better with online. Like, for example, I use really Splatoon 3 is like really the only example. Splatoon 3, the online infrastructure and how that game works online, significantly better on Nintendo Switch. On Splatoon 3. But obviously, the console in general, it needs a rework. Like, I don't know. Like, you can't have. First of all, think about what Xenoblade games will look like on a PS4 Pro architecture with DLSS, with ray tracing. Think about what a Legend of Zelda could look like on PS4 Pro level graphics, on Xbox Series X level graphics, with DLSS, with ray tracing. Like, you're gonna automatically attract people to your console because we've never seen Mario like that. We've never seen Zelda like that. We've never seen Xenoblade like that. But you have to find a way to keep people there. And the best way to keep people there is to increase the connectivity. Like, bring back Miiverse or do something like Miiverse. Give us freaking party chat. Tired of talking to my friends on Discord, Nintendo. Anyway, I was supposed to also stream Metaphor Refantazio. I still plan on doing that, but I just have to get that off my chest, y'all. I still have to get that off my chest. All right, I'm gonna have to go back through the chat and see what y'all are talking about over here. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I'm exhausted. I'm low-key toasted. So if I don't sound coherent right now, the text is coming out. If I don't sound coherent right now, I do apologize. All right, I want to go back to what Real Levon Kaysen said. He said, these days, I just be playing Steam Deck and PS5 at this point. I'm just kind of done with the Switch, ready for a Switch 2. You know, I was there in like 2019, 2018. I was there. But something happened in recent time where I've been playing the mess out of my Switch. And to be honest, if you haven't touched your Switch since, I want to say, the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 DLC, you're missing out on some good stuff. But I understand everybody has a personal preference. Terrence says, I remember the first time I actually talked to you in 2016 and realized you were a legit person and not just a YouTube personality, my big homie, but I'll be quiet now for it to talk. Thank you, Terrence. Let's see. Taiwo says, I hope I said your name right, brother. If they fix online, you think it will stay $20 or go up in price? I think Nintendo's greedy enough to where they will raise their price. They're not gonna keep it $20, especially if they add all the bells and whistles. You can guarantee they're gonna raise that price. They gonna want that good money. Yusufied says the variety in the last 3 years has been crazy. I agree. Some of y'all are sleeping on some of these B and C tier Nintendo games, but they have been hitting. They have been scratching my itch personally for the type of games that I like to play. And so those of you guys who watch my channel, y'all know that I don't necessarily play, I don't really play mainstream games a lot of the time. I kind of play like the low key, kind of like chilling in the back type games. Y'all know the kind of games I play. Y'all watch my streams. Goat816 says, I don't think they let online go the way out did with previous consoles. I think they fixed that in the eShop. I guess the only very minor thing I could be worried about is game development time frames. Now, because the games will be higher fidelity, that is also something that I thought about. Like, what are those development time frames gonna be like? Yusufied says, Imio really surprised me. Me too. Imio deserves some awards. I don't think it's gonna get any awards, but it deserves, like, that was peak storytelling. What are y'all saying? Levon says there's still PS4 games coming out at this point. Right. Like the PS4 refuses to die. And I think it's because people refuse to give their PS4s up. People are not letting their PS4s go. So developers are going where the people are. I want to be where the people are. You know, like what Ariel said. Let's see. Emotions were running a little hot at the time. Terrence C, that's what he said. Go A16 says, I think I peeped it out for a few minutes. I don't know. On a real party chat to get rid of old and get rid of friends. They were doing so well with the Wii U with no friend codes. I don't understand why they went backwards. That's ridiculous. We should be able to add friends like all other ecosystems. Like when they had it to where it was like attached to like your Facebook, attached to your Twitter, like that made friend codes kind of irrelevant. But because they got rid of like Twitter because of all the crazy stuff Twitter's doing, like and having to rely on friend codes, that was whack. You're right about that. Yusufied says with all these last year imports still coming out 4 years into the gen, I think PS4 Pro Power Plus and SSD will be fine. Yusufied, I hope you're right. Shadow Reaver says, yo, all this new stuff is for big TVs. Yeah, I guess so. I recently bought a 4K TV for my living room, and honestly, I'm not really playing a whole lot of games that would really take advantage of that. Maybe I will if I get... Oh, my mic is cutting in and out. Sorry, maybe I'm too close to my mic. But maybe I will soon. But like honestly, y'all know, like I said, y'all know the kind of games I'm playing. I'm playing stuff like Bless Unleashed. I'm playing Plucky Squire. I'm playing Dauntless. Like I'm playing Monster Hunter. They don't require a whole lot. Like Monster Hunter, Plucky Squire, all of those games can run on a potato. Like I think the newest game I've been playing here lately was Starfield. Let's see. Go 816 says, and that's why I think Switch 2 is pretty much fail-proof because, in my opinion, they make the best out of their hardware. So PS4 Pro, Series S before DLS is over. Goat, I agree with you. Hard body, especially considering the whole DLSS cheat code, which I'm calling it because it is kind of like a cheat code to kind of like make up for the lack of actual power under the hood. Thank you, Flare Ice, for the edit. Shadow Reaver says, I gotta tell you the side by side ray tracing comparisons don't do it for me. I gotta say I'm not gonna hold you, Shadow Reaver. Ray tracing makes a big difference, bro. Like if you like, okay, y'all know I love Ratchet and Clank, right? Like I have Ratchet and Clank on the PC. If you go look at the Ratchet and Clank PS4 like remake or reimagining, whatever you want to call it, and then you go look at Ratchet and Clank or Rift Apart, that ray tracing is doing so much heavy lifting. I challenge y'all to go look at a trailer of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and then go back and look at a trailer from the Ratchet and Clank reimagining on the PS4 or PS4 Pro. That ray tracing is doing a lot, bro. I can't agree with you on that one, brother. I ain't gonna hold you. That ray tracing is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Like Rift Apart is probably one of the most beautiful games that has come out in current gen. Like, not gonna hold you. What else are y'all saying? Chariot Man says it will be a better hybrid. I know a lot of y'all are rocking with the hybrids. I'm slowly getting around to it. I was really a set-top box girly. I was hoping the Nintendo Switch would be a fluke.
The mic cuts out for like 3 seconds at a time every
Oh no, not my mic. Hold on, y'all. Cause I was really up here cooking, man. Oh man, I hate that it keeps cutting out. Maybe I'm too close and like the noise reduction is making parts of my voice cut out. But what I was saying is, if you don't think that ray tracing matters, go look at a video game trailer of Ratchet and Clank PS4, PS Pro, the reimagining on the PS4, and then leap forward and go look at a video game trailer of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That ray tracing and Rift Apart is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Like, if you don't believe in the power of ray tracing, go look at that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart trailer, compare it to the PS4 reimagining. Like, don't get me wrong, the PS4 reimagining is a beautiful game, but in Rift Apart, that ray tracing, you can tell. You can tell the difference. Like I was saying, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is one of the most beautiful games that has come out this gen. If you don't believe in the power of ray tracing, go compare those two trailers. And then come back to me and tell me that ray tracing ain't hitting like that. And mind you, I'm not even like a graphics whore like that. I'm more of like a performance whore. But like, go look at those videos side by side and you will see that ray tracing is it. What else are y'all saying in the chat? Yusufai said if they play their cards right, they can become the de facto FIFA system next gen. They got to get that. I don't think Nintendo will ever be the de facto for a sports game or a multiplayer game or any kind of online centric game until they get their infrastructure together. Like, they gotta get their infrastructure together. Is my mic still good? Is it still cutting it out? Y'all let me know what's going on with my mic. What's going on with the mic? Shout outs to the person who brought up the mic situation to begin with so that I could try to get that together. But yeah, I think, and you know, I wasn't really a believer in the whole ray tracing DLSS thing either till I started playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I have and that's where I've been playing it. You only have I known. I've been playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on my NVIDIA graphics card on my PC. When I tell you the ray tracing is immaculate. But to be fair, Insomniac are very talented developers. But like, if you're not a believer, go look at the Ratchet and Clank. I can't stress this enough. Go look at the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart trailer. Compare it to the PS4 Pro Ratchet and Clank reimagining trailer. If you don't understand what ray tracing does for a game, go look at those two trailers side by side and see it for yourself. Because unfortunately, there aren't many developers that are showcasing it the way that Insomniac Games is showcasing it. It is a night and day difference. Like, Insomniac Games are the GOATs of like optimizing and taking advantage of hardware right now. If you don't believe me, go look at those two trailers side by side. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but I cannot stress that enough. And if Nintendo is working with NVIDIA, which they are, and NVIDIA allows them, or Nintendo allows NVIDIA to really let them cook, and they have ray tracing embedded into their architecture, that's the cheat code. And I didn't want to believe it till I saw those two game trailers side by side. DLSS, ray tracing, is going to do a lot of heavy lifting for Nintendo. That's why I've changed my mind. And that brings me back to my thesis, friends. That's going to do a lot of heavy lifting for Nintendo. Real Avon, I do think the Switch final years is better than the Wii U. I just gave y'all I just gave y'all some goated games at the end of the Switch life. Let me repeat them, because I don't know if my mic was going in and out. Because I want y'all to hear. Y'all are missing out on some great games on Switch right now. So let me repeat. I've been revisiting my Nintendo Switch within the last year or two. This is what I've been playing. Of course, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeem DLC, which is damn near a whole new game. Shout outs to Nature Boy for the subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all missed out on Future. If you stop playing your Switch, you missed out on Future Redeem, which is basically a brand new game. You missed out on Emio the Smiling Man, which is a god tier story. Peak fiction. And you know what's funny? The man who wrote Emio is the man who's responsible for Metroid. Yoshio Sakamoto wrote Emio the Smiling Man. I did not think Nintendo had the talent to write a story like that. If you're not playing your Switch, you're missing out on Emio. If you're not playing your Switch, and I hate to sound like a fangirl right now, but the last few years of the Switch has made me a Nintendo fan again. So if you're not playing your Switch, you're missing out on all of the improvements Nintendo has made to Splatoon 3. You're missing out on all of the amazing things that you can play on Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack if you want to play that extra money. You're missing out on Paper Mario 1000 Year Door Remake. There are so many games that I've stepped out of my wheelhouse to play at the end of the Switch life, and I'm not even done. I'm gonna step out of my wheelhouse again, and I'm gonna play.
Smiling face with sunglasses.
Thank you. I'm gonna play Mario Luigi Brothership because I've played it, the original one, on the GBA emulator. I feel like I'm spelling this out for y'all like y'all are my kindergartners. On NSO. And I was always a Zelda fan, but I wasn't particularly interested in Echoes of Wisdom because the combat. But I'm going to step outside and I'm going to play Echoes of Wisdom. I'm probably also going to step out and get Mario Party Jamboree for my niece. When I tell y'all I have been playing my Switch, I have been playing my Switch. I'm enjoying my Switch right now almost as much as I was when it first came out. So if you gave up on your Switch, I'm gonna implore you to go back and revisit some of these things, cause y'all are missing out on some underrated games. And y'all know how Nintendo is. They don't support their consoles like that at the end of its life. I mean, unless you're a handheld. But the Nintendo Switch 2, I've talked to like my man about this too. The Nintendo Switch 2 is more or less the successor to like a 3DS as well. It's just as much of a successor to a 3DS as it is a successor to a Wii U. So a lot of the games, if you had a 3DS, put a 3 in the chat. So if you had a 3DS, which I do, a lot of the games that are coming out on the Switch right now are a lot of the games you would be playing if you had a 3DS and a Wii U right now on your 3DS. Y'all are missing some great little gems. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, Zelda tomorrow. I don't know. I feel like I've yapped enough. Maybe I should go ahead and play Metaphor? I don't know. I'm kind of having fun just yapping. I don't know. Yusufai put a 3 in the chat. Shout outs to Yusufai. I mean, y'all ain't got to hear it from me. But y'all are missing out on some good little B and C tier games. Exactly. Echoes of Wisdom would have been a game that would have came out on a 3DS. Thousand Year Door remake would have been a game that came out on the 3DS. Emio the Smiling Man would have been a game that came out on the 3DS. But they're on Switch, where you can use your Pro Controller for more ergonomics, where you could dock it to your TV. You know? I don't know, man. I hate to sound like a fangirl, but I have revisited my Switch, and I feel like I'm low key a better gamer for it. Low key. But does anybody have anything else that they want me to talk about in regards to Switch 2, or anything that you guys want to revisit in terms of Switch 2? Any of the rumors that I didn't touch on that y'all want to touch on? I guess one thing that I can say before I boot up Metaphor is that I'm satisfied with a lot of the things that I'm hearing about the Switch 2. I'm satisfied with the reports about it being bigger. I'm satisfied with the talks of it having 12 gigs of RAM, even though I wish they would just go ahead and add another 4, but 12 is okay. You know, I feel like 12 is a decent amount for what they're trying to do. I understand that Nintendo is a toy company at heart, and they do things a lot of the time to keep the prices down, not only for the consumers, but for themselves. I do like that the RAM is it's not cutting edge, but it is faster. So the RAM, according to the leaks, is LPDDR5X. My PC is running on DDR5 RAM, so it's gonna be faster than what I have on my PC. What else were the rumors saying? I know that whatever the chip is they're using for the graphics portion is custom. It's a custom NVIDIA chip that's supposedly on the same tier as PS4 Pro, Xbox Series S. Supposedly, it will be utilizing NVIDIA's DLSS capabilities. It supposedly it would also be utilizing NVIDIA's ray tracing capabilities. I hope that my biggest hope is that, unlike the Switch, the original Switch, where they downclock the X1 Tegra chip or the Tegra X1 chip, I hope that for the Switch 2, Nintendo really allowed NVIDIA to give more input because of the success of the original Switch, and just really let them cook. Like, I know that NVIDIA also has a cloud-based service, but to be fair, I don't use their cloud-based service, but I really do hope that NVIDIA is allowing or is helping Nintendo with the cloud-based portion, because it seems like, unfortunately for some people who, especially those of us who prefer physical games, it seems like the market is trending towards digital. It's trending towards streaming. That's true, Levon. I really do hope that with that little 12 gigs of RAM, maybe NVIDIA Shadow Play is the backdrop for recording games. Hope. I mean, the capture feature on the Nintendo Switch is like alright, but it would be nice to capture games for a longer time, especially if you're a content creator like me. It would be nice to record games for a longer time. It would be nice to live stream directly from your Switch. I mean, 12 gigs is stretching it if you want to stream, but it's possible. It's possible. Maybe at a lower latency. I don't know. What else am I missing? Levon says, I think Switch will be supported even after the Switch 2 comes with smaller third-party games and indie games. We'll see. There's gonna be a gigabit Ethernet in the dock if leaks are to be believed. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I have pretty good Wi-Fi, so that's not something that really bothers me per se. But for those of you guys who prefer to be tethered to an Ethernet port for online, I really do hope that is something that y'all get. Considering, I mean, the OLED has it, so I really do hope that's something that y'all get. You know, I know that there's a lot of people out there who are really all about that, especially people who live in like more rural areas. Like that's something that, you know, that was kind of like a concern for a lot of gamers with the OG Switch. So I don't know. Are any of you guys out there actually excited about Metaphor Refantazio? Because I'm getting ready to play it, see what that's about. All right, let me see if I can get this going. Like I told y'all earlier, like I'm a little toasted. Please give me some grace. Y'all know I don't stream like that. So let me see if I can get this working. Hold up. How do I get this working? I know that there's a way for me to view it in a different format so that I can make sure everything is on point. You know what? Let's see. Let's see.
Said, maybe. I'm gonna wait for the scores.
You're gonna wait for the scores. I feel that. I feel that too. Let me switch to my PC game. Let's see, Metaphor Refantazio. Y'all know I'm not an RPG girly like that, but RPGs are quickly becoming one of my favorite genres. So I'm definitely interested in Metaphor, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Between Metaphor and Persona, a lot of y'all finna be mad at me. You know, don't flame me. This game appeals to me more than Persona. I just never really cared about being in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care about being in high school. You know, like my school days are long behind me. And I didn't have a bad experience in high school, you know. I just don't care about being a kid. Like, I don't really know what to say. And I'm sure the Persona games are amazing. I hear so many great things about them. I even have Persona 3 and Persona 4 downloaded on my PC, but I haven't touched them yet. I just don't care about being a kid. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say about that. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm gonna get me some water. Can y'all hear the audio of the game? Let me make sure y'all can hear the audio of the game. Because it seemed like, I don't know, based on these set pieces, this looked like, I don't know, this low-key looked like a real nigga game. I'm not even going to hold you. Hold up. All right.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same.
Oh man, he finna kill this man. Jesus.
Your kingdom will perish alongside you.
Oh my God.
Yusufied said, "Is there sound playing?"
There is now, Yusufi. There should be.
By my hand.
You only have I known. Said, "No audio."
His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt, without an heir to wear the crown. What will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo.
All right, there should be audio now. Y'all let me know.
From within the fallout, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence.
Who could do this? Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet, His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all? Shadows stirred.
Can y'all still not hear the game? I don't hear anybody saying anything. Let me know if y'all still can't hear the game or not.
In the castle, just as they did with the prince.
Yusufied said,
It's kind of quiet.
"I
Okay.
hear it now, but kinda quiet."
All right, got you.
Who would dare such atrocity?
Luis. A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
Yusufied said, "Much better, thanks."
No problem, Yusufi. I don't know. Based on this little, like, beginning part, Atlas might have cooked. Okay. Atlas might have cooked. All right, let's see.
Who's there? I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight. Whoever you are, please tell me. Does our world pique your interest? Pardon my curiosity, but would you tell me your name? That is to say, tell me who you really are. The one who meets my eyes across a strange threshold. Ah, a most unusual name. One I've never heard in our world. Which suggests to me you might reside in a world beyond ours. It is a curious thing that in your eyes, my entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold. Or to put it another way, this is a fantasy. But can it truly be dismissed as something so far removed from you? If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation? A passing daydream, an idle creation of a distracted mind. That must be how you see it. I confess my own answer still eludes me. But consider, if fantasy is born from hope, a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made manifest. Thus does change come, and thus is fantasy forged into a new reality.
You only have like known,
The story about
said
The scheming man.
the scheming man.
I'm thoroughly invested now myself. So, let this tale begin.
Emio, the scheming man.
Looks like we're in the clear. The capital's just through this desert.
Is it true then? The king is dead? Aye, and the guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe. So now the monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them. Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories. To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming. Mark my words. That much is certain.
What's the problem?
They're bandits!
Come on, let's see some respect for the militia! Us folk, we're commoners! No crown or church will save us!
But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is no tribute. You're with us or against us? And if you're against us...
An igniter? How'd they get one of those?
Come on, hey, keep it moving up! Next one! Huh? Look at you. What have we got here? He's an elder. So he is. No horns, no knife is. Filthy gremlin like you. What you got in the capital? Oh, what's this? Looks like you've been holding out on us, boy. Hold it!
Oh my god.
Should have listened to us, chum.
You only have like known, said.
He does look
Why
like Mark.
does that look like Mart?
That's the one that gets stuck like us.
Oh my god. This game is immediately violent.
Steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
Stand aside!
I mean, it started off immediately violent, but my gosh.
Ugh, this place already feels like a death trap. You hear all that stuff about Lord Luis saving us? Hey, you okay? You still got all your limbs attached? Well, at least they didn't figure out our mission. Definitely could have gone worse.
What mission?
Come on! This is no time for jokes. You do know that if anyone finds out who we really are, it's all over, right? The mission's more important than either of our lives. If we screw this up, there's no going back.
Okay. I immediately like this game. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm immediately in it. Like there's some real things happening in this game right now. Alright, basic controls. Use the movement keys to move. Hold right trigger while moving to dash. Press B to dodge enemy attacks. Alright, I've been playing my Switch a lot, so I gotta remember inverted controls. Some actions you can perform and their corresponding controls are displayed at the bottom of the screen. You can also use the mini-map to see which way to go.
Let's go. Stop!
Alright.
Watch out!
Yeah, those look especially dangerous, so watch out. I don't think they've noticed us yet, though. Alright, phase sight. Use L trigger to use phase sight. This ability lets you see what Gallica senses in the environment. When you see an enemy you've never confronted before, it will show up as unknown. Prepare as best as you can.
Okay.
Alright, so phase sight.
Hurry!
Alright. Oh.
Wake up!
Did I already die? What? Alright, I'm trash. What? I can't believe this. I was just trying to figure out how to play. I didn't know if it was turn-based or... I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really seen a lot for this game, but I knew I liked it. I haven't seen much gameplay. So I didn't know if it was like gonna take me into like some kind of an instance. It was like... say, what's it called? Turn-based action or what? Jesus Christ.
Your health is pretty low.
Do I have items? Jesus.
Stay vigilant.
Oh my God! Why are these things so strong? I hate that y'all have to see this from me. Not my controller. Connection to the device has been lost. Please check the connection. Y'all, I'm losing so bad my controller don't want to register. That's insane. I just started the game.
Okay.
This is why I be telling y'all I'm not good at games for real. Somehow I be beating them, but I don't know how. Alright. Okay, my controller's doing weird things right now.
Come on. I'm right here.
Jesus. Jesus. What? Oh, so when it blinks like that, that means I need to dodge? This game really throws you in, huh?
I'm right here.
Strong ones ahead.
Okay.
Come on. I'm sorry.
Bro, I'm barely putting a dent on these sandworms. Maybe I'm not supposed to fight these. I don't know. Maybe I'm not supposed to fight them.
Okay.
Because they're not really taking no damage. Alright.
Stay vigilant. These ones aren't messing around.
No, they not. Alright.
Come on. Come and get me.
Shoot. Is it me or are they really not taking no health? Like, what's up?
Come on. I'm right here.
Freak.
Not good.
Wait. I'm dying for real? Let's see. I have something called a legacy sword. It's a plain looking but well made sword given to you on the day that you left home. / protagonist only. Its attack is 45. Let's see. I don't know. I'm trying to understand why these things so strong. Like, I'm barely putting a dent on these things.
Come and get me. I'm right
I don't
here.
know. I might need to heal again because they really putting licks on me for real. All right. Freak.
Stop kidding around. Get up.
What?
So, fantasy is only.
I don't know what to do. They're hitting me and like killing me in like 2 hits.
Yikes. I think we're in a little over our
Yeah, we are, girl. What are we supposed to do? Reach the royal capital, get the higher ground. Are we supposed to fight these or what? I don't know if we're supposed to fight these yet because they are bodying me. I don't even know where to go.
They look pretty tough. Careful now.
This reminds me of when I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles X. And like all these high level enemies were just like everywhere. And I was like losing because I was low level.
Look.
I think I wasn't supposed to fight those things. They were literally hitting me in like 2 hits. And I'm only level 1.
Just checking. But you do remember what we're here to do, right?
Right. What am I doing again?
Oh, I don't know. The mission that's more important than our own lives? First, we get to the royal capital and get you enlisted as a guardsman at the army's recruitment center. This could decide the fate of the whole country. We either do our jobs or we die. And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather stay alive. So we've got to see this mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road. You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least. I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
Thank you, girl, because I was getting bodied out there.
Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier. Look! Over there! Let's go.
Alright, so I need to go over there. I'm just going to invade. I'm going to avoid the monsters until I'm able to actually fight them? Question mark? Just run. Surviving is all that matters right now. Okay, I guess I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
I think we'll be okay if we...
Uh-oh. This is crazy. I didn't turn on the game expecting to play like Beetlejuice. Like, what is going on here? Sandworms?
By the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Uchronia. The year is 785. Uchronia is shaken to the core by the sudden death of its king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes. Disparities tear them apart. And no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built. By this story of fantasy, may this faded world be painted anew.
Oh, great seeker, bearer of fantasy empowered. Hear my wish and come forth from the epoch of glory to grant me thy guidance. I missed that one.
Whoa.
Stop the dog! Hang him dead! Please! I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead.
Jesus.
There's no way that crowd was going to listen to anything a Paribus said.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin? Bless you. Oh,
Careful!
hurry.
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid! Look, we're not tourists here. We gotta stay focused.
Right.
You noticed back on the wagon? You might be the only elder here, in the whole city even. Capital's incredible. Just look at all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside. Not that it's very balanced. I see more Clamars and Roussants than anyone else. Which means a dopey Elder kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty? They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination.
Shh, careful who hears you say that.
But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
Sounds like monsters have been prowling the countryside. They're sending a guard out to deal with them. The army's really gone to hell. It's a far cry from when we had Count Luis at the helm, I'll tell you that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm sleepy.
The nation can come back from this.
We'd not have to ask.
I might have to cut the stream earlier than I wanted to. I think I'm gonna do that, y'all. So sorry, I'm exhausted. I told y'all it's been a day.
The king dead, his son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the
I think
crown?
after this cutscene, I'ma end it.
All in our power, but not even the kingdom's best, the saint, could purify this affliction.
Over 10 years he has languished under this curse. How much longer can his body hold out? No doubt his highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed his highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy. I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
I'm not gonna lie, this is interesting. Like everything from the art style to like.
Well, I guess I can't blame you for feeling nostalgic. You and the prince were pretty close. Anyway, getting to the capital was only the beginning. Now comes the real high stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted so you can meet up with our operative. Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne. That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us. Step 1. Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers. So?
Alright, y'all. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I can't believe I actually was able to stream for an hour and a half and some change. Yeah. I think that was all my energy. I have expended the remainder of what was my energy. Yep. That's it. Thank y'all for coming through though. I will talk to y'all again soon. If y'all care about my metaphor demo thoughts, I will probably post about it on Twitter. All right. Adios. Bye.